Hey guys, how we doing? It's Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you back another XRP video. A lot has happened in the past 24 hours. We dropped a banger of video yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think a lot of you did. If you did and you want to help me out with this channel, please hit that like, subscribe button, and get in that comment section. Share it with a friend if you enjoyed the content. But let's get into it. We've got two or three, I'd call them minor headlines. That's the way that I kind of want to address this. And two big headlines, and then some. And one of the headlines is to do with the lawsuit, but it's kind of a double pointer, so I'm going to try and just wrap it all in together. But let's get into it straight away. So first, guys, it is so clear. Ripple are here for the long game. They're here for the end game. So looking for insights from global experts when it comes to CBDCs, learn about UCL researchers' proposed design framework to enable interoperable system between central banks, digital assets, and government regulation. UCL is obviously University College London, very highly regarded university in the UK. Ripple have been working with them to create some insights on CBDCs, so you can go and check that out if you want. So we've got the headlines are geopolitical implications of CBDCs, a customizable policy approach, and a distributed private design framework. This is the bit that I find very interesting because obviously UCL being a prestige university in the UK, we then had the UK come out and say that they want to explore putting government sovereign debt onto distributed ledger technology, and then we've got one of the top universities in London who are researching DLT and CBDCs, so it all goes hand in hand in my opinion. The value container has two key features that could accommodate CBDCs. First, they recommend a distributed ledger settlement system operated entirely by private entities, but overseen by the state and government. Second, optimizing privacy by design to amplify welfare and safety of users. Privacy by design stresses the need for organizations to develop secure infrastructure models from the beginning in conjunction with evolving regulatory security measures. So they're literally saying here, a top university in London is literally come through and they are saying that DLT is what they are going to experiment, or what they think is the best way to experiment with CBDCs. We've seen the UK government say a similar thing, and it should be entirely run by a private entity but overseen by the government. So that's extremely bullish. Obviously, the next point kind of adds into this as well. So we've got excited to continue working with Carnegie Mellon University while furthering UBRI's mission to support research and study in blockchain and cryptocurrencies. UBRI is Ripple's university funding. They go and fund universities to help them explore CBDCs, etc. When they do help these universities with funding, they don't say that they have to use the XRP ledger. They just say use whatever's the best technology out there. They do obviously recommend it, but they don't make anyone do anything like that. It's the same with projects like Flare Networks. Although that's not specifically a university project. Obviously, that was a cryptocurrency project that's coming out in, I think, July the 4th is a confirmed date for that, but that's off topic. But what I'm saying is Ripple are coming through and coming in at the foundations, building up the universities. So you've got to think the next generation of tech minds who are coming through these universities. They're going to have been funded by Ripple, been exploring the blockchain, the XRP network, and have the funding and have been using that tech and researching that from their university days. So natural progression takes them on to be using that when they start to step into the world of work. So it's a very smart idea, in my opinion, from Ripple. And this is a little quote from the article. Again, this is another university, but this one is US based. It says, "We are looking forward to being a part of such a forward-thinking program with the potential to make huge strides in the blockchain industry." Wow, it's very cool. So that's from Lauren Weymouth, Director of University Partnerships at Ripple. Then it says, "Sponsoring blockchain at CY Labs is a perfect and natural progression of a thriving partnership and collaboration between CMU and Ripple." So I just think that's very important. And now, guys, we get onto some of they're the small headlines, by the way. They're the small headlines. So now we get onto the big ones. The big one. We've got this. This is a really cool headline, in my opinion. So Ripple, we're excited to announce through our Creator Fund partnership with VSA Partners, Rare Air Media is going to design and develop a market collection of one-of-a-kind NFTs on the XRP ledger, covering former NBA star Michael Jordan's life and career. So that's awesome. Michael Jordan to launch. I don't know where that music's coming from. Sorry about that, guys. It was coming from this webpage, didn't even realise. Michael Jordan's NFTs to launch on Ripple's XRP ledger by Q2 2022. Are we in Q2 now? We are. We just started Q2, so they're coming out within the next 3 months. So that'd be pretty awesome. Obviously, I don't know too much about them. There's not too much information about them on here. It's just the highlight is the same, one of a kind selection of digital assets covering NBA player Jordan's life and story career. The best basketball player of all time, arguably. And maybe statistically, I don't know too much about basketball, but I'll probably try and cop one of these, not going to lie. Especially if they look a bit like this. This is looking pretty sick. And then next piece of news, guys. So we've had Empower Oversight. If you remember, they were asking for information from the SEC. The SEC said they didn't have the information that Empower were looking for. And then Empower said, okay, we're going to come back with a lawsuit then. And all of a sudden, the SEC found 200 pages, or I think it was like 1,000 pages of information. They just sent it all over to Empower Oversight. And this is what they're talking about here, 200 pages it says here. It says, Empower Oversight received about 200 pages of emails from the SEC's responsive to its FOIA request, which is Freedom of Information Act, for records that could shed light on allegations of conflict of interest associated with the SEC's selective enforcement actions involving cryptocurrencies. So what they were basically asking for, they're not a part of the Ripple case specifically, and they're a third-party law firm or organisation that are a whistleblower and research firm. And they're basically looking into the SEC for potential conflict of interest. They went to the SEC asking about like William Himmon's emails for his speech, etc. Didn't get anything. These aren't the emails that we specifically want for the Ripple case, so don't get this confused. But they could be very important to the case. The documents show the SEC's ethics office cautioned former SEC official William Himmon that he had direct financial interest in Simpson Thacher, yet Himmon continued to meet with the firm in spite of these warnings. Himmon met Josh Bonney, and a partner at Simpson Thacher, at least 3 times after that warning. Himmon also met with the co-founders and investors in Ethereum ahead of the marketing move speech he gave in 2018, declaring the digital asset Ether to not be a security. All the released emails can be found in full in the link below. And then we have a little quote here from Crypto Law, which is John Deaton's crypto law firm. Himmon is told directly in May 2017 he cannot be involved in any SEC gov matter that would directly and predictably affect Simpson Thacher. And here's a full email conversation. Basically, he still gets involved. And it says here, you will continue to have full financial interest in the firm for purposes of 2018 USC 08. The financial conflict statute, I don't know how you say that word. Sorry, guys, but it basically means like the rules, the conflict rules. For some reason I can't pronounce that right now, but that's my dyslexia kicking in. Anyway, thus you may not participate personally and substantially and substantially. I don't know what's up with me today, guys. I'm sorry about that. You personally and substantially in any particular matter that will affect directly and predictably the STB. So basically what they're saying is that he's not allowed to promote or meet Simpson Thacher while he's working at the SEC because it's a conflict of interest with the law firm and that of a regulatory body, but he basically does it anyway. This is suggesting that he might or might not have done that with Ethereum directly, and that's basically what this law firm's talking about as well. So although that I've not explained that very well, my words haven't come out that well, but that's basically what we're looking at there. Sorry about that, like my words just getting jumbled up. That's what happens sometimes with me. And then Jeremy Hogan has commented on the defendants. So Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson had a deadline yesterday to basically file some replies to the SEC. and he's basically summed them up. Jeremy Hogan said, a good thing about having co-defendants, and co-defendants are obviously the Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen case is separate to the Ripple case, so they're like two defendants, but they are kind of defending against the same thing, even though the lawsuits are different. A good thing about having co-defendants is that they raise the same issues from a slightly different perspective. Here, Attorney Solomon comes at the same issues as Ripple from oblique angles, and his preliminary statement really highlights the problems with the SEC's case. You can read it here if you want, guys. But that's basically everything that we're going to cover today, guys. So basically, we've had universities literally quoting about private companies overseeing CBDCs or running CBDC transactions, but with oversight from the government. They've talked about DLT technology there, when we know the UK government's already talked about that. We know they're partnered with Ripple, with them seeing Ripple funding another university in America with their Ubery program. We've then seen Michael Jordan NFTs on the XRP ledger. We've got some emails from Empower Oversight regarding William Hinman, and quite a clear conflict of interest now, in my opinion. And then Jeremy Hogan and co-defendants replying to the SEC in a way that is also backing Ripple's argument. So it's looking very bullish for Ripple in the medium term. Obviously, short term, especially within American law, there's a lot of hoops to jump through. So let's see what happens there. But let us know what you guys think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for getting my words jumbled up. Happens sometimes. Happens to the best of us, I guess. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, guys. And I'll speak to you on the next one. Peace up, A-Town down, as Usher would say.